right. So thank you all. Thank you for being here. And just starting standing with your feet about hip width apart. Just kind of bouncing, but just bouncing with your knees. Don't lift your heels off the ground. And turning, kind of twisting the body at the same time. And just this little gentle bouncing just helps to get all the joints moving, even though it's just a little bit, it's moving every joint. They're all kind of getting an opportunity to warm up. And then just letting your weight move from side to side, from one foot to the other. And coming to stillness, and then moving the arms, one arm in front of you, and then the other arm in front. So this is big moves with the upper body. And then moving one arm in a circle backwards. And if you'd like, letting your view follow the arm. So there's a little bit of twisting here. So arm back and then forward. Again, a little bit of a twist, just so that the gaze follows at the other arm. Big circles back. And then forward. And then shoulder rolls, one shoulder and then the other. And leaning into that. Just feeling that movement all the way down the side of the body. And forward shoulder rolls. And then taking sort of a wide stance. And bending one leg and then the other. Just feeling these large muscles in the legs. Moving here, letting the body bend toward one side and then the other. And then bringing your arms up to about shoulder height. And then bringing one hand toward the opposite foot and letting your gaze sort of follow the hand that's going back. Let your knees be a little bit soft, so not locking the knees. And when you come to the middle, coming up all the way, and then this little bend and twist. Pulling your tummy in while doing this. And then bringing the feet back together and high knees. And bringing the knee across the midline. And sort of twisting a little bit. So twisting the opposite elbow toward the knee. So here we're just using a lot of large muscles. We're working on the balancing here. Coming to stillness and just moving the hips side to side. And then big circles with the hips. Let your knees be soft. So you're going to feel this all the way down the legs. I mean, the hip joint, the back of the hips, the sacroiliac joint, your knees, your ankles. Go in the other direction. I always find it interesting that going in one direction, everything might feel like it's flowing, and going in the other direction, in the beginning, it kind of clunks around different areas until those joints get lubricated. And then lifting up one heel, pressing down into the toes, and then moving the foot in a circle. And really letting all those joints in the ankle and the feet kind of loosen up, going in the other direction. This is an easily overlooked part of the body that, in warming up, that is so important. Other foot, that's so important for balance. So going in one direction and then the other. And then bringing the feet up behind you. So feet past the midline. Again, just sort of reaching back. And coming to stillness. And pulling your tummy in. And pulling it in really tight enough that you can feel that in the low back. You can feel that the whole girdle of muscles. And letting go of it a little bit. It probably still feels a little tight. And then moving your face front and back. So stretching your face forward, your neck forward like a turtle, and then pulling it back. And when you pull it back, have the chin be down a little bit. That's a nice move to counteract the way that we can sometimes sit if we're working on a computer. All right. Coming to stillness, I think we're ready to catch up with Jess.
Yeah, I needed a little extra to make sure my muscles were pliable. All right, let's go. I need this. 1 second. All right, starting up high. Let's do those high knees again, but we're gonna drag our straight arms right in front of us, as if we were on the floor doing crunches, right? It's the same concept, same muscle groups being used. Just adding a little bit more to the upper back. And as you know, you can start increasing your intensity as you see fit. Go a little faster, do a few more. Take your breaks, recover, pick it up again. 3, 2, last one. Good. We're gonna go side to side, crossing arms. Up in the middle, you're in a T, and then you're crossing your arms to the outside. Little bend in the knees, getting those big muscle groups in the lower body. Posture, breathing, digging that big toe into the floor and driving your way back up to center. 3, 2, last one. Shake it up. Heart rate should be getting up there. Little sweat breaking on your nose. Keep those joints safe, right? Doing our helicopters. Slight twist to the side. Face goes along with your hands. Kicking out to the front. Belly button up and back. Let's go 3, 2, last one, shake it out. Lunge complex, you know the drill. Start with 1 foot, arms raised to the front as we step to the front, side and then back. Either a lunge or a step will do. We just want to open up the hips. Shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades as you push back. Let's do 1 more time each leg. This is a good one to get your heart rate up. And then we'll bring it down a little bit. Shoulders over hips. Big breath in through the nose. Let it out. We'll do our sit to stand with our side punches next. So grab that chair. If you're not going to use a chair, you know, if that's you're bothering, your knees are bothering you or whatever, just stand nice and wide and just do kind of like a quarter squat, okay? If you opt out of the chair, I want you to go deep on this one. All right, you know the drill. Hands are at home. Eyes are to the front. Lean forward like you jump into a pool. Push up through the heels. Side, center, side. I'm going to see how many more I can bust out in the next. Let's go. 10 more seconds. 5. Last one, and then you can stay up. I'll let Terry finish there. She's doing extra credit. All right, hinge and swim. Weights on your heels, all lined up here. The hips go back, the back stays straight. You don't have to fold yourself in half, you know, just kind of maybe a 30-degree angle just to get a nice stretch in the hamstrings, a little bit in the calves. You can lift your toes up a little bit more and feel it even more in the calves. Let's do 1 more. Good. Stand it up nice and strong. Let's go to planks. Let's bring it down a little bit. I just wanted to get a really good warm up for the more strenuous workout. Okay, make sure everything's all lubed up. Perfect plank. Let's do donkey kick fire hydrant first. I'm going to start mixing things up a little bit. Why not? Tomorrow is December 1st. I cannot believe it. All right, nice and steady in the hips. Lock the shoulders, eyes neutral. 5 more seconds here. Then switch legs in 2. Finish your set. And then start again the other side. Just like Terry was saying before, with certain movements, once you get going, you can feel totally normal on one side and then all out of, you know, wonky on the other side. That's just totally normal. We move so improperly that our postural imbalances are really evident when we isolate one side from another. Okay, let's do a bird dog. We haven't done those in a while. So they're opposite limbs. So think about it before you do it. Lock those hips and shoulders into place. Press through the hand down on the surface. And do your best to get even sides here. Breathe. Let's do 1 more each. This one takes a lot of practice, right? It's just the way it is. It takes practice. We all started somewhere first. Sorry about that noise. Let's do our cross the front for our inner and outer thighs. So again, we're going to stay on this one leg. I'll let you know when to switch. Just nice and easy. Again, like you're in water. 5, 3, last one, and switch. Yeah, I really feel that in the outer glute. Real important for balance. So combine that with your ankle mobility, all these hip things to get all the angles stabilized. Those two things right there will help a lot with fall prevention. 3, 2, 1. Let's see. Let's do our row and bicep curl. We'll go back to upper body here. Pull your elbow back, straighten the arm down. Elbow goes into rib cage. Really feel your bicep ball up there at the top of the move with your fist by your shoulder, and let it down the same rate or slower. Just really feel that negative repetition. Let's finish up one more side. And stay up, if that's okay with you. And we're just gonna go into our T-raise. Just roll it on up, back down, nice and smooth. We can finish with a hamstring curl and then do our bands, okay? Just to give you a line of what's coming up next. Finish up this last direction. Good. All right. Heel goes towards the butt, just like the butt kickers. Isolate one leg at a time. Feeling your hamstring, the big muscle in the back of your legs ball up, just like we did with the bicep there. Bring your toes towards your kneecap. You can feel it a lot in the front of your calf. That little muscle bulging out. And switch legs. Definitely feel that one if you haven't done it in a while. So really mix up your planks. Give a lot of variety to your workouts throughout the week. Let's get one more and walk again. Right, nice. Get your bands or towels or whatever you got laying around that you use. You can use body weight too. You can just go through the motions with us without anything, actually. All right, let's do our leg presses. Do a few on each side. Keep the band tight, your arms in an L. It's nice and smooth. One more, and then switch. Eyes to the front. Keep the back, keep that spine tall and strong. Last one, bring it in. Good, let's do our rows. Palms up, palms down. You guys probably know these by heart, huh? And then flare out the elbows wide to get different fibers of your upper back. Core is tight. Let's finish up here. One up, one down. Let's get a bunch of sit to stands, and then we'll stay standing at the end of that one, okay? All right, same procedure as before. Lean forward, press through, keep your eyes to the front. Now we're all warm. We're all ready to go. I'm gonna kick it up a little bit more. Kind of a race against myself, right? That is life. Let's go 10 more seconds, nice and strong. Feel that burn. Don't compromise your form though. You gotta do less. I'd rather you do them right. 3, 2, 1. Chair to the side. We haven't done this one in a while. These are the pull aparts, right? We start with, you're gonna have to find a little wiggle room to be able to go out and back, right? So you're gonna spread them out and bring that tightened band back. Just because we're not moving our lower body doesn't mean it should be engaged, right? Feet are wide, core and glutes are tight, little bend in your knees. Let's finish up on this one. And then we're gonna do the lunge and bicep curl. This is another one that just takes practice, okay? So I'm gonna introduce it early on in this new kind of change of seasons, literally, but change of programs, modification, I should say. All right, the split stance is the tough part. Curl up. You don't have to go low. You don't have to go low. You don't have to do anything. But it's just the split stance itself is a challenge to your body, and it's working all the groups. This one's just requires a little bit more mobility, and some don't have that because it hurts, and we don't want that. Finish up here on this leg. Notice the difference. Doesn't it feel a little bit, a little more burn there on the leg we just worked? Shouldn't hurt though, like I said. All right, get set up. Eyes to the front. We're not curving our back. We're not looking down. All right, couple more. And time. Let's finish up there. Grab some water. Couple sets of weights if you have them. I don't know how many of you guys are doing that, but you're all advanced enough in this class to do it safely, in my book. So heavier for the strength part, and then lighter for the cardio burn right after. Okay, so that's what I was talking about a couple sets of weights. Okay, we ready? High pulls. Watch me first. It's going to start out like the hinge and swim that we did. Shove those weights behind you, pop up nice and tall, and then the elbows go back just like we did with the band when we did those pull aparts. Same concept, same muscle groups. So just find your groove, and then, you know, if you feel like pushing it safely, this is going to get your back really strong, your core tight. Let's go 5 more seconds. Last one. Weights down. I'm going to switch it up to some lighter weights. You're still going to use the muscle groups even if you don't use any weights at all. Okay, this is mostly just to burn a little bit more calories. So we're going high knees, push, pull. Right. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's start recovering a little earlier than normal, right? Because you can tell it's taxing. So just a little bit of something in between sets is smart, even if we just do 1 rotation of these. So just hips back, just like we always do. I'm only going to do it once. I don't want to cool down too much, but I do want to give them a break. If you need 1 more time around, do it. It's just my own personal thing. Make your workouts personal, very personal. It's your body. All right, straight arm. Okay, I'm gonna go. I actually have 3 sets of weights here, so I'm gonna kind of go medium in the middle there, just to preserve the shoulder. Similar to the band exercise when we stepped back. Remember that one, the split stance? We're gonna do something similar, but we're gonna raise our arms to the front. And we're not gonna keep the split stance, we're gonna alternate legs. So I'm trying to keep things kind of consistent in what I show you in the beginning, then have it to follow later with weights. All right, keep going, 10 more seconds. Shoulders over hips. Eyes to the front, 5, 3. Last one. Let's have a seat. That was a combined strength and burn. That's how I counted that one. I was like, that's enough. Okay, let's get a little abdominals. So Terry commented on Tuesday that she and the other classmates liked the abs kind of in the middle, set in the middle. I welcome your feedback as well. Let's do an A-frame first. So I like using a light weight for this. Hands are in the center, bring it down to the side. Remember this one, up above the forehead. Really strict form on this one. Keep your eyes on your hands. Your shoulder turns down with the weight and back to the center. So this is getting a little bit of everything, your shoulders, upper back, and core. 3, 2, 1. Get more bang for your buck here with Jesse and Terry. All right, shake it out a little. Oh, what ab do I not want to do? But we're going to do it anyway. Let's just do our rainbows. Don't try to fix what's not broke, right? Make sure you're breathing. Don't hold your breath on abdominals exercises. That's about halfway. So wrap your mind around doubling what you just did, right? We want small wins. 3, 2, 1, right? Small wins are gonna add up to a big success. All right, let's do, I'm gonna change it again. I'm sorry, I do need the chair again. Just trying to listen to my body here. All right. We're gonna press out and abduct our leg. So it's gonna look like this. I'm leaning back a little bit and then up. Out to the front. Sorry, Terry. Out to the front, then up overhead. So just a little upper body combination here for a pushing movement. Functional, we use pushing movements all day, right? Let's go. 5, 3, finish up strong. Good. Everybody up, we'll do some seal jacks. This is a good one to stretch the muscles that we just strengthened, right? So you'll see what I mean here. Hopefully, when we spread our arms apart, we're stretching our shoulders and our chest, which is what we just worked on the chair with that pushing exercise, right? I'm gonna pick it up a little bit. And we're coming up on halfway. So there we go. My mind is made up. We're gonna go 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's recover. And when I say recover, it doesn't mean like do everything I do. You know, if you have ways to kind of come down after something intense, whether it's a stretch or just, you know, walking around in a circle, whatever works for you, just breathe. But take that break in between sets for sure. All right, heart rate should be coming down, right? Be very aware of this in your body, okay? You want to do each exercise pretty strictly to keep it safe. But you also want to make it challenging enough that you reap benefits from it. So it's kind of it's a wicked balance, as they say in Massachusetts. Okay, we're gonna do a wide sumo squat. I'm gonna do an upright row, okay? So you guys all know how this goes. Stand up first, drag it up the midline like you are zipping a jacket. Power it up, good, and glide it back down. So it's a big push on the way up, and then slow and controlled on the way back down, good. That's halfway. Good. Eyes to the front. 5, 3, finish up one more. And then we're gonna stay up. Lighter weights or none, if that's what you choose. Isolate the booty here and the biceps again. So I'm going with the more upper body type of things because of the feedback I got last week. That's not going to stay that way forever, but I think it's working now, and we're going to keep on that track. So what my legs is doing is going down and back. If this is no bueno for you, just step back or step forward, do something in some kind of lungy thing. Keep the elbows close to the rib cage. Feel your bicep ball up, and then lengthen slowly on the way back down. So you get another 2-for-1 benefit of doing a negative repetition on the way back down instead of just letting it drop, right? Good for the triceps too. 5, 3, last one. Yeah, that's cardio too, huh? Whew. All right, let's have a seat. And then we'll get a little drink, but I just want to make sure our legs are stay nice and limber. So we're just going to do a single straight leg hamstring stretch. Toes are towards my nose. And I don't have to go far to feel that. So a little trainer tip, if you do like a little rainbow thing slowly with your foot, you can feel it more on the inside and outside of your hip leg area. Good, then come on up. We don't want to spend too much downtime, but we do want to pay attention to what we just did. All right, grab some water, y'all. Everybody good? Yes, yes. Sweating good today. We're being so freezing earlier. All right, let's go through it again. From the top. We'll do our high pulls. That's the swing and the pop back, okay? Oh. So picture it in your mind first, right? Hips. Pop up, then elbows. Weights on your heels. Swing, pop. That pop comes from your hips and your core. It's not from bending your knees, okay? It's not, you're not sitting down in a chair. You're sticking your butt towards the wall. So that's an important thing for this one, to isolate the back muscles and your hamstrings. Keep going. I'm going to call that halfway. Good. Pop. Pop those hips forward. 5 seconds. 2. Finish up where you're at. I go for the little weights on this one. I might even drop those. High knees, push, pull, right? Keep it going. We'll take our recovery break. Stand up nice and tall. Dig those toes into the ground. Feel the weight of your stance leg. Holding your whole body up. Amazing. 5, 3, last ones. Back to the plank sequence. Does that work for you guys? If not, do your thing. Let's go through it twice though. Big breath in through the nose. So you don't want to be leaning forward when you're all out of breath, getting dizzy and, God forbid, fall or anything, just by doing a plank. So make sure your body's ready. And set it up. And go hips back, and then hips down, shoulders back. With a breath or two in between. One more time for me. Lift those toes on the down, power up on those toes on the up. Those little things, right? Paying attention. Okay, lock it in. I'm going to switch this one up a little bit. Let's step to the front and lift our arms to the side. I just feel like that might fit in here a little bit better. So front, flare it out to the side. Little bend in your elbows helps with shoulder pain. Good. Power up back to the center. Boom, like a spring. Let's go 10 more seconds. We got this. 5, 3, last one. Ugh. I'm going to call that strength and cardio combined. So let's just go into the chair for abdominals. All right, I'm going to think of 2 new ab exercises for us. How about something really simple, like holding your, can't see me very well, and I'm even going to grab some light weight, so check it out. You know how people do side bends at the gym? You can do it in the chair, very simply. You don't even need the weights. So you want to move your upper body as a single unit instead of going like this, you know? So you've seen it in the gym, right? People go, doot, doot. The range of motion on this one literally is a couple inches. Pull in the belly button. Let's go 5 more seconds. 2, 1 more. Good. Yeah, I already feel that. That feels good. Maybe do a couple cat cows there in the middle just to stretch out what needs to be stretched out. And let's get up and do some diagonal chops. We haven't done those in a while. Okay, I like changing things up with you guys because I know you can handle it. I'm not saying any of my other classes can do it, but I'm trying to create a good workout for you guys. And it takes time. It takes some mistakes and do-overs. So here we go. A little diagonal chop. Make sure your feet are super wide. There's a bend in your hips and your knees. And you're breathing out on the way up. So this gets a lot of, obviously, the shoulders and the chest involved, so your triceps. 5 more seconds. 3. Last one. Boom. All right, I'm gonna kind of reset. Get a little dizzy on this one. A little more than usual. Keep your eyes on your hands. Whether you have weights in it or not, protect the spine. Come on, almost done. Let's go 5 more seconds. 3. That's it for me. So in the spirit of doing those obliques that we just isolated the last 2 exercises, let's just give them a nice stretch. Feet are wide. Lock it down. Just breathe it out. Kind of like that seaweed thing Terry likes talking about. And the tree that Carmen keeps talking about. All right. Oh, couple more sets. Let's do our squat with the upright row. I'm just going to use one weight on this one. Not as young as I used to be, huh? Okay. Again, feet are wide, right up the middle. So here's the power part. And here's more like the finesse, right? Boom. Good. Make sure you're breathing. That's halfway. 10 more seconds. Notice we've been going through each exercise a little bit longer this time. 3 to go. Last one for me. Boop. Yeah, we're going 30 seconds plus. Like how I snuck that in. Let's do our little, you can step front, back, side. You can do whatever you want with the lower body if this one really bothers you, okay? For example, you can just do a little side step or lunge, okay? I don't want you to hurt yourself. The main thing is kicking that leg way back, right? So you don't want to tweak your knees. That was halfway. 10 more seconds. Woo! Eyes to the front. 5, 3, I'm all over this room. 2, last one. Man. Okay, good job. One more in the chair. Last pair. The chest press, shoulder press combination. And then we gotta get up and seal jack it out. You can use 1 or 2 weights on this one, right? I just chose one because it's heavy. So out to the front, kick that leg out to the side. A lot going on here. Make sure you're really strict with your form of the pushing movements. And then that core is super, super stable on the leg part. We're going 10 more seconds. We got this. 5, 3, nice and smooth. Finish with me here. Woo! Up and at 'em for the seal jacks. Then I'm done with you. Okay, 30 seconds of seal jacks. Pace yourself. I'll talk to you in between. Step it out. Sink it in. Good. Halfway. So that's 15 seconds to go. 10. I'm tired too. 5, 3, last one. Good job.
Right, man, that was great. So keep moving, just sort of walking back and forth. Keep these large muscles in your legs moving. Gonna move your arms back and forth. And just letting your breath come back to normal. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then stretching the arms and the shoulders, bringing one arm in front. Stretching the wrist and the fingers while you're at it. Moving the arm up and down a little bit. And then changing to the other arm. Pulling the arm a little bit toward you, moving the wrists, moving the fingers. And then bringing your hands behind. Clasping your hands and just pulling your hands gently up. So not pushing them, not even pulsing them, looking up toward the ceiling. And then loosening your arms and coming into a forward fold so that your back, it feels like it's kind of parallel with the floor. And letting your head and your arms just hang toward the floor. And just feeling this gentle traction in the neck and the shoulders. And then putting your hands above your knees and supporting yourself to come back up. And when you come back like that, either bringing the back straight up or rounding it from the low back up to the head last. And moving the neck a little bit. Like nodding yes, slowly. So here we're just stretching these muscles a little now that they're warm, side to side. The ear toward one shoulder and then the other. And then circling the head. In one direction and then the other. And then using the chair to begin with your hands on the seat of the chair. And kind of squaring up your arms and your legs so that your ankles are below your hips. Your wrists below your shoulders. And then taking a breath in. And letting the belly drop. And the head look up. As you take a breath in. As you let the breath out. Letting the head come down and the back round. Breathing out. Breathing in, dropping the belly, looking up, bending the knees a little. As you breathe out, rounding the back. So here we're just doing a cat-cow that some people may have done. Doing this with your breath. Lowering the belly on the in-breath and then rounding the back on the out-breath. And we're just rocking the pelvis with the breath as well. Okay, and then from here, bringing one knee up toward your head and then extending it back. So this is the same move. Bring your knee in as you breathe out, round the back. Bring your foot back, breathing in, looking up, changing legs. Breathing out when your knee comes forward. Breathing in when the knee goes back. And these are simply different ways to do this same move. And then letting your hips come back. And then bending your knees, kind of pulsing your knees, letting your head drop down. You can just feel that little bit of a stretch in the low back. And then using the back of the chair. Doing the same thing, letting the hips come back. Now pressing your hands down into the back of the chair. Once again, just kind of pulsing the knees or straightening one knee and then the other. Sort of bending into that, bending the chest into that. And feeling that stretch in the back of the legs. And now coming forward. Letting the hips come forward, letting the head go up. And then pushing the heels toward the floor. and walking it in. And standing upright, stretching your hands toward the ceiling. And moving one hand and then the other up toward the ceiling while lifting the opposite heel. And just feeling that stretching in the side body. We did a couple of new moves today that were really great, that were crunch-like, using the muscles in the side of the torso, and this just helps to stretch those out. Hands down, palms back, pulsing the hands back. And coming into the chair, we'll stretch the gluteal muscles. You can do this using a wall as well. Anything for support, lifting one knee up toward the chest. And just moving that knee from side to side. And over past the midline. And then putting that foot on the other leg. And moving it from side to side. So I'm moving the bottom leg, just to move the knee back and forth, and getting a similar type of movement here in the hips, but different fibers. Putting that leg down, and bringing the other knee up toward the chest. Holding it here, and then just moving it from side to side. So I can feel this stretching the different fibers in the gluteal muscles. And then putting that foot on the other leg, if that works for you. And then moving the bottom leg side to side. And just getting this stretch deep in the hips. And putting that foot down. Taking a couple of deep breaths. Now letting your shoulders come up and back. Just feeling into the body now, feeling in the interior of the body, the warmth, the movement. Really acknowledging yourself for doing this, for taking this time for your own health and well-being, and to join in this friendly community. So thank you so much.